Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So as promised today, I need to fix this. I realized this in the last video and then I forgot to do it. It just got pulled away there. I told you guys I was going to show you how to make the little pocket like Linda did out of these big bags, and she sent me a couple of these. But if you don't have one, I'm also going to show you with just a piece of deli paper. So they're the ones that like this, that you can sew into the signature if you want, or you could just like put it in one of these kind of back pockets, that kind of thing. So you can use it however you choose. So we're going to make one of those, or two of those actually, because we're going to do one out of the bag and one out of the deli paper. So for the bag, from what I can tell, I don't have any directions, but I'm just kind of going off of what it looks like that Linda did. And I'm just folding it up, and I'm folding it up about 3¼ inches, a little over, almost 3½ inches. And these bags, sorry, to start with are, we'll go all the way to the top here. They are just about 11. They're 10¾ by 10¾ by 7½. 10¾ by 7½. And they do have the gusset and all of that, but I ended up gluing mine closed, so it's totally up to you how you decide to do it. But anyway, you just want to make a fold whatever height you want. It's not like it has to be super specific. It'll just end up changing the height of your piece. And then you're essentially just folding it in half to make the little booklet. And Linda may do this different, I don't know, but I'm just going off of looking at hers. So that's what I'm going off of. So then we're going to take our scissors, and hers doesn't have any of that ruffly design at the top. So I'm just going to cut that off. You could leave it if you wanted. And I will not cut this straight, just so y'all know. Okay, and then from the middle, she kind of did the lines that came down like this and like this. They weren't straight. They were a little curved. You can choose to do it how you like. So you're going to start at the corner up here, maybe. And I'm going to kind of probably go a little straighter. I don't know. It's kind of just really, how can I do this, basically. Cutting it to the middle. And then you're doing the same thing on the other side. And you can actually probably fold this over and follow it. That way at least both sides will be the same. Even if they're wrong, they'll be the same, right? So, and starting the other direction is always interesting. And this cut's like super easy, so it's not hard to do. And then if you have little weird doodads, you can turn them off if you can. I'm still not totally used to these scissors. They're kind of awkward in little things like that, I find. I guess I could have used the smaller ones. Which I need to get that little bit right there. Whoopsie. Okay, so that's basically it. Then Linda sewed down the center here, and I think on the sides, let me look at hers again. Across the bottom. So she went down the middle and across the bottom. I think I'd probably, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go down the middle, across the bottom, and up the side. That way these will get sewn closed, because I feel like there's not a need for them. Because once you glue all this down, I don't know, I just don't feel like, and you sew the center down, there's no need for that to gusset open that wide. So that's just how I would do it. That doesn't mean this is wrong or anything else. It's just that's how I would do it. So that is completely up to you how you want to do it. For now, for purposes of our video, we're just gonna glue it just so that we remember where we're at. So you're gonna glue this pocket closed. And this pocket closed like that. And then, I got glue everywhere. You can, if you're going to glue down the middle, you're going to want to do that first, because you're going to have to glue on the inside and you're going to have to glue on the inside of this flap. So, and this kind of paper is always interesting to glue because the glue doesn't always want to stick to it. So you may have to do some type of stitching or get some, like Fabri-Tac would probably work to hold that closed. But that's essentially all there is to that. So now let's do one of the deli paper ones. And this is just like waxed deli paper. This is, I got it off of Amazon, but you can use any, you could even use like brown paper bag, that kind of thing if you wanted to, would be kind of fun. And this piece is 12, I could use my board, huh? Like about 16 long by probably 12, 16 by 12 roughly. And I've just folded it in half, and then I folded in the side, that's a little over 1/2 inch, but about 1/2 inch. And I folded up the bottom about 1/2 inch, just rough. I'm not doing exact measurements here. And then you're going to notice you're going to have this piece that hangs over like this. Well, I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to use my metal ruler because it works the best for this blade thing. I'm not doing it with scissors because I will definitely get it crooked, so that's why I'm not doing scissors. And I don't want to cut the fold that I already have. Okay. So you're cutting off the other 1/2 inch because you didn't fold. You don't want it doubly folded. That's just going to give you bulk. So that's not necessary. And then we're going to cut this piece off, and I don't mind cutting this piece off. We're going to do our corner at an angle here. We're also going to do the same thing to this corner because we don't need all that bulk. Really, anywhere you can cut stuff that is not needed off is just better for your bulk situation in a journal. You obviously don't want anything extra bulky. So just cutting all those. And then this strip over here is going to get cut off entirely. So I think I will use a blade. I wasn't, but I will. I think it'll just work better than my scissors. This stuff is slippery and kind of hard to cut. So I think I'll be better off just doing this. Okay. And then that is going to get glued closed. So I'm just putting glue along both of those fold areas. I think I'll probably do one at a time. Just because. And you will probably be able to see that glue a little bit, but I mean, even with bags like store-bought, you're gonna see some of that kind of stuff too, so it's not the end of the world. And you can make that the back if you want, or whatever. And you can see I didn't get that completely right, so now I'm going to have to go back and trim it because it's sticking out there still. I was worried about cutting, you know, the other part. I don't want to cut my fold. That would not be good. I think I did a little bit right there. That was not good. Did I? Yes. And I didn't cut that enough. It's not always the way. Cut it open here, didn't cut it enough over there. So now we have a bag again. And this one, it seems a little taller, I think, than the original one of that other. Let's see. Yeah, it is. So we're going to cut a little bit off the top of this as well. Let's, what did I say this was? I can't even remember. I'm such a dingling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, something like that. Something around 10. So right about here, I think I'll cut it. And you can do whatever you want. You can make them whatever size you want to. So, I mean, you're just basically what you're trying to do is make it so it'll fit in a journal. So if you have something that'll fit in a journal, or you can cut down your deli paper first, especially once you figure this out. This is the first time I've done one of these with the deli paper. So, yeah, once you figure out your size and everything, you can just cut the deli paper from the start, the size that you want it, and then you don't have to do all that. Okay, and then this is going to fold up, just like in the other one. You just basically make a bag first. That's the only difference. So I just am showing you this because you could even do it with scrapbook paper, or like I said, brown paper, painter's masking paper, whatever. You don't have to have the same things. You can make it out of anything that's big enough to, you know, basically work that way. Oh boy. It's not wanting to fold in half very well. Maybe I'll fold it this way, because this is really slippery paper, more so even than those bags, because it's really waxy. And it just wants to slide around once you get a double layer of it. It's super slick. Okay, so I'm going to go stitch these. Oops, I need to cut that one first. Probably be easier to do it with the big scissors. I keep choosing the wrong tool for the job here. Then I'm going to fold it over again, just like I did before, to get the other side so that they at least sort of match. Because if you have the bigger scissors, it's less cuts. And that was not very even. I cut that little bit right there. Because I had those met up and that part is glued. Oh my word, people. Don't do it like I do it. Holy cow. What a mess. Okay, so that one's a mess, but we'll worry about that another time. Anyway, that just shows you can make one out of that. So I'm going to go stitch, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I stitched it all the way around and down the middle. So not all the way around, because I did not stitch up here, but I don't think it needs it up there. And yeah, so it's a great little booklet. And we're just going to use some of the scraps junk from this last journal, and you know, just stuff that I have just to kind of do a little decoration, because I don't know what journal or whatever I'm going to do next. I haven't decided. So basically just playing today and making a piece of ephemera that I can use for something. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure that out. So yeah, hope you're all doing good. I think I forgot to say that. If I did, I apologize. I'm awful. You know, I get like kind of one-track mind, or whatever you want to call it. Like I just decide what I want to do and I just go with it. I'm going to get a different glue stick. That one keeps pulling on everything because it's kind of gloppy, and I just need to use it up on something else, but I don't want to do it on this old paper because it will just tear it. So yeah, I am doing good today. Second video. So I think that's sometimes my problem when I do a second video is like I feel like I've been talking to you guys the whole time, so I don't have to, I forget, or not that I don't have to, but I forget to say, hey, how you doing? So, yeah, hey, how you doing? Some days. And it's been a day, because this, you have to remember, is still my Wednesday. My Wednesday has been, I've just been a wreck all day. Don't know. Well, I'm a wreck a lot, so I guess I really can't use that as an excuse. I'm just sort of a dingy mess all the time. So we've got all these scraps that we made look a little bit more interesting. So I thought I'd use some of those maybe. I have no idea what I'm going to put on here or anything, but like I said, I don't know what I'm doing next. I need to get spring going, and I just cannot, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a rat race, you know, like I'm one of those mice on one of those wheels and I just keep running, but I'm getting nowhere. That's exactly what I feel like, because time just keeps going so fast and I can't keep up. And I don't even know what I feel like doing right now either, like as far as you know, my next journal or whatever. I'm just not very inspired at the moment. I'm sure it'll come. It happens like that sometimes, you know, you get kind of almost burnout or whatever. It's just a thing. I'm sure you all know if you do this stuff. But I thought one of these would at least be fun today, since I told you guys we would do one. Just play with some scraps. Let's see what we get. I know I had somewhere, there's a little bit of music, but I also had another piece of that. This stuff. I like this stuff. I'm easily entertained. It's just fun. I think it looks neat. What else does it need? Maybe these. No, not that one. With the color. Don't like the color. I don't do a whole lot of nature journals, so I don't know if I want to go that direction. I have just everything everywhere again, like usual. Oh, I could do a Tim Holtz person. Those I do use quite frequently. It won't fit. Wow, he's really bundled up. This guy would be kind of cool. Let's do that. The cool thing about using Tim Holtz people is that a lot of times it really goes with most anything. So it's easy to use somewhere when you're not too sure. Yeah, I don't know what I feel like doing next. I mean, I really should do like something sort of Eastery, but kind of not feeling it. Kind of like I wasn't feeling anything this year. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not feeling the holidays for some reason. Usually I do. I love doing stuff for all the different. I couldn't get into Valentine's Day either. It was like after Christmas, I just sort of went, done. Like I'm done with all of it. Christmas kind of does that to me though. So yeah, I'm not sure what I feel like doing. I'm sure something will strike my fancy soon enough. Oh, I was going to put that under, huh? Well, the good thing about this bag is or this paper, I think just about anything will peel off of it. That's the only concerning thing, is will this all stay on here? I have no idea, because I haven't used these really before. Hopefully it won't. Yeah, I like that for sure. What else should I put on there? Should we maybe do it sort of kind of steampunk-ish? Where are my cogs? Or I could do number. That would make it less steampunk-ish. Big 0. Is that another big number? Probably not, because that would make my life easy. I'm feeling 7, but I don't know if I'll find a 7 that will work. Oh no, that's just 7. It's not as tall as that 0. The doves are just cooing away outside. I felt like the other birds were thinking it was spring this morning too. They were acting all squirrely and weird. I think it's because it just warmed up a little bit. Like, it was so bitter cold last week that they're probably just happy because it's not, 11 degrees out. I know for a lot of places that's not that cold, so I'm sorry. I'm kind of a wimp. But yeah, it's just, I think the birds are happy too, because they're just sort of like singing away today as if it were 50 degrees or something. I think we're at 40 something, so we're close. Hey, I will take it over 11. Any of those teens. We don't get below the 0 a whole lot every once in a while, but thank goodness, because you can have all that. I am the first to bow out. I think I need to use some cogs. There's still a couple of these in my shop if you are wanting cogs. I know you can't see the 7 on that dark of one, huh? It looked better on the lighter one. I just bent my 7. I liked when I did this kind and I put something else in the middle of it. It looked kind of cool on those journaling cards that I did. And then maybe I want a smaller one in that grayish kind of color. Okay, we'll do something like that. Leaning on the table again. You'll always be able to tell when I'm leaning on the table because the whole table shakes when I ink. I guess that's what happens when you stand and do this stuff. You end up leaning instead. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't need to put it in the middle part yet. Got all the ink off my fingers, and there's, looks like a pasha hair because it's practically clear. I hate it when I get those in my eyes, one of Pasha's little fur, because they're like cotton. It's like, you know, if you pull apart a cotton ball, that's kind of what his fur is like. And so when you get one of those little strands in your eye, it's awful. Because you can't see it, you can't get a hold of it. Okay, what is my deal? I keep grabbing a hold of that and moving it over somewhere. Oh, and I forgot to put this under, so I guess it's going on top now. Were you guys yelling at me? I didn't hear you. Sometimes I hear. I really do. Other times, no. I'll just do it like that instead. Oh, and tomorrow's my doctor's appointment, so I haven't gone there yet either, if you were wondering what in the world's wrong with my hand. No idea. I have no idea. Because my husband was like, yeah, you're older, but you're not old enough really to have the ripping skin thing yet, so probably should get that looked at. It's like, okay. I think we figured out that it's probably because I got those steroid shots. And for some reason, the steroid is making my skin thin right there. That's kind of what we're thinking it is. But I have no idea. Because I'm not a doctor. Okay, yeah, I like that. So yeah, I know we just did one of these the other day, but you know, it's different, and I showed you guys how to do it in 2 different ways. So I'm going to use that other one that I messed up on and put it in my example book, because it doesn't really matter if it's perfect in there, but at least if I go back through there, it'll be like, oh yeah, I remember doing these, and this is, you know, I can at least look at it and see how it's done. So it doesn't have to be great, because I did mess it up a bit. We'll do some stamping on that. Here's my little that. Here's my little crackly one. It's not where it's supposed to be. See how I am? Well, maybe we'll use some words instead. Who knows where I put it? Somewhere. Right? That would be the logical conclusion. It's somewhere. Yes, I'm a horrible stamp mom. They're awfully abused. Well used and abused. Let's see. Let's do a number. Oh, it's right here. If it was a snake, it would have bit me, as my dad always said. Why do I keep closing that? I don't know. Oopsie, I got it on his face a little bit. Okay, we're going to spatter it a little, and then we're done with that for today. As soon as I get all my junk out of the way here. Use these so we don't spatter them. I mean, not that it would really hurt them, but we'll get them out of the way. Got these paintbrushes. We need to cover up his face and put this away. And these are Winsor & Newton inks. And if you've been watching, you know that, but some people are new, so I try to say, if I remember. They're kind of my favorite new little thing, because it's just easy, you know, it's right there, and I can grab them and they're ready to go. I don't have to do a whole lot to them, other than the gold does need shaking and stirring because it gets really glopped up at the bottom. So all the gold set, all the little gold dusty whatever stuff settles to the bottom, and then it'll just stay there if you don't get it stirred. But this stuff spatters really nice, and I like to do that, and then I use this to collage with. So, and like these circles are from doing that when it's empty. And I have the black, white, the silver, and the gold. And I've liked them all. And then you just gotta let it dry. It does take a little bit, but that's no big deal. All right. That is it for today. Hope you guys like that. I hope you try making some, either with just whatever paper you've got, as long as it's big enough to make one that a size you like, then you're in. It doesn't have to be a specific size. So there it is. It does need to be kind of a big piece of paper to start with, but there's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we will chat again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy and safe and warm, and all those good things are cool if you're in a hot area, and we'll chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.